Is the mirror of your life reflecting around you now, and what does it mean? Master Lady Kira Raa leads you on a journey of enlightened perspectives as she weaves together the elements waiting to be revealed and often not seen. A fascinating and dynamic hour that will leave your heart smiling and your soul singing. And of course, Kira Raa's famous mini soul readings. Be sure to call in. And now, here is Master Lady Kira Raa.
Namaste, beloved ones, and welcome to Soul Mirrors. What is your life reflecting right now? And, you know, this evening is really a very beautiful moment. So much so, I'm coming to you from I call it my bird cage, my office. This is literally my office, and excited to be here with you tonight because this is one of those nights where we're all kind of in our beautiful space, in our den, in our moment of that nourished camaraderie, that moment where we know who we are. And, you know, speaking of that moment, I know that the phone lines are already filling up. I want to give you those numbers right now. If you're joining us live on Tuesday nights, where we do broadcast live at 5 p.m. Pacific time, you can call us at right now, 888-627-6008. That's over at BBS Radio. Again, 888-627-6008. You're going to want to get in the queue tonight. Powerful show. And of course, over at Oneness Talk Radio, where I forgot to turn on the call board. So you guys are going to have to give me a minute. I'll be doing that in just a second here, but we are at 517. I'm trying to do two things at once. 517-208-1500. Again, that's 517-208-1500. I am launching that call board as we speak, and forgive me for those of you that might have been trying to call in already. It has been one of those moments. We really are in this incredible Mercury retrograde. And confirm by pressing star. Okay, my loves, hold on. There we are. Okay. And I see there's already those of you in the call board. So yeah, 517-208-1500. And forgive me for that moment. So let's get here. Let's do this. First and foremost, are you as excited as I am? This is a night where, just like my beautiful tri-shul behind me, which was custom made for me by beautiful Ramesh over in India, it is the Bhakti, the Shanti, the Ananda. It is all of it. It is coming together. So of course, in this moment, moving into this illuminated new moon, in this 3-day period, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, of course, tonight we come forward as a trinity of the divine feminine, radiating the alchemical magic that happens, the law of instantaneous manifestation that comes from outside of the mind, that births magic. Right here tonight, affirming that, the amazing, the one and only Jess Juntunen will be with us. And of course, make a note right now over at Ascension Studios, she will be hosting the actual new moon ceremony itself. So you're going to want to register for that. And of course, the beloved, the one, the only, the amazing woman at the helm of Higher Love Cannabis, Joni Moore, an amazing woman, president of Ottawa Innovations, and really an amazing story of what it takes to say yes and move forward. So here we are in this moment of February, and I'm going to head right now and I'm going to share the screen and let's bring us all up to speed, so to speak. And I'm sharing the February up-level calendar with you right now. And with all my heart, you've got to love this quote, right? Through great presence, you find beauty. And that's from the Cosmic Esina. And what is so fabulous about February is that this is a month of choice. And the month itself is the ascended numerological code of the high heart. Everything is about our ascended presence. It's also about balance, because unlike any other month ever, this month is affected by the January 30th entrance of the Mercury retrograde, which is that remind, free mind energy. And so you look at the Wednesdays this month and you see that every single Wednesday, the door is open. It's the open portal. So it's about this Wednesday energy. And that Wednesday energy is like sustaining this open energy. And this moment right now, here we are, the 9th, Tuesday, the 9th, we are in that moment where it will be the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th. That we did not plan this, but what's so profound is that tonight we ignite, we initiate this, and I really feel it as a women wellness awakening movement into that Jess is here tonight as that divine feminine, that women energy, and Joni is here tonight in that ascended medicine, that the divine medicine, and I am here tonight in that awakening, and we are 9, 10, 11, high heart, moving into those beautiful illuminated points of the upper chakras as we come into this illuminated new moon with the clarity of everything that has been birthing since this retrograde began. That's the gift right now, and really coming together collectively and celebrating this in real time. You know, I'm going to go ahead. I want to share another screen with you right now. This is actually, if you guys had a chance to see the e-card, this is actually, you'll see, this is the graphic for tonight's show. So you can see the three of us who are appearing here this evening, my beautiful co-hosts. But what I want you to look at here is the graphic. I want you to look at this beautiful emanation, this top of the pyramid. This is not the whole pyramid. This is literally the top. But what's so profound here is that in order to hold this open, it's taking this mastery alchemy. And this mastery alchemy can only birth from within when we say yes to our empowered divine feminine. And this is not about women. You know, my beloved angel Sri Ramka and I have been talking about this for a while and sharing with you that this is about that empowered divine feminine presence. And tonight it is about three women who are sharing that with you in women, in wellness, in awakenings, and showing you what that, in order for this to emanate, you see the way it's emanating this grid of illumination? That is the I am presence that we are all right now activating. We are birthing, we are already getting ready for what's coming. And so this particular new moon illumination inside this Mercury retrograde, the ignition is this moment tonight, and it's going to culminate on Saturday the 13th. And I want you to look at this. You see the arrows here? This was the graphic I was trying to share with all of you that I kept saying I didn't have time to make. Well, I made it. So here it is. So it's about the fact that this remind, free mind energy, this energy of this retrograde, those two are also here in the energy, what has ignited during this time. And what came forward because of what happened with the Kanyari and the connections and the coming together of the warriors and the priest and the crystalline light, which we're going to talk about in a moment, was the freedom and entrapment energy, which we had not seen. And this is that balance. Remember that this retrograde is ruled by the January 30th opening. And so this shield of Zodkiel that came forward and said, look, I am going to offer you everything we have. There are legions of angels that have come to help. There are beings here. You just have to stay in the fifth dimension to really be blessed by the benefit of this. And that's where you see that in order for all of this to stay, they are one and the same. If you were with us during Monday Magic, and my two guests this evening, my two co-hosts certainly were, one of the beautiful things yesterday during Monday Magic that happened was in the ensoulment that was shared, which was the Living in the Fifth Dimension series. Archangel Zodkiel shares a story of two brothers. And he says, this is Zodkiel's words, I'm paraphrasing, but if you were at Monday Magic, or if you haven't gotten in Monday Magic, get in and get this recording. And Zodkiel shared that there were two brothers that met in a battlefield. And the two brothers are staring at each other and saying, how did we get here? How did we get here? We are one. And instead of running into each other's arms and acknowledging that and releasing that which was forcing them to be in contradiction, they were still sitting there trying to figure out how to navigate density. And the challenge of that is that when we are trying to navigate density, we forget our humanity and we forget our core essence. And this is why the call to the fifth dimension has been so profound, because in order to fully be present in your awakened presence demands the expansion of your consciousness. And one of the things that I've been loving about this time is that Archangel Zodkiel has had this in front of us the entire time. And I want to share it with you again, because I know it makes my heart smile every time I connect with it. But this is the shield of Zodkiel. And in the left, in the corner here, you'll see that is Archangel Zodkiel. Those of you that have been with Sri and I for years know about how these paintings came to us and all the magic around them. And it's been there the whole time. We just haven't really given ourselves the gift of knowing it, because it wasn't the time to ignite the medicine journey of the heart, which is anchored through this medicine shield of all of the ascended presence. And how perfect that this illuminated new moon that is igniting right now tonight, this is the energy right here. It's all opening right now this week. Your wildest dreams can manifest. But it's culminating on Saturday the 13th, when Sri and I have the honor of bringing the blessing of all of the up-level energies of the Ave Sa to the planet with you. And with all my heart, I pray that you've registered to be with us. I really do. There's still time. I think there's a few spaces left. We did have to limit it because of the intensity of the attunements and the energies, but we are at a moment, and I know you all know this. And this is why when we get to Joni being on tonight too, and everything that the three of us have to talk about, this is the moment where we are integrating all that we are. And the Ave Sa heartbeat is currently with us, legions of angels, energies that we have not had access to before. And it's all here right now. And so I want you to really breathe that in. And I'm going to give you a short, very, very short recap, bringing us all the way back to, I'm going to go ahead right now and share a photo that I adore. This was taken on the 30th. This was when this all began. On that Mercury retrograde on January 30th, 2021, Sri, myself, and Bria Rose, who took this photo, along with Edwin, who many of you know, he is our beautiful English-speaking driver that picks you up at the airport. Edwin, Sri, and I, Alexander, his beautiful wife and daughter, and their gorgeous pug puppy. This was the day that we were allowed access and first ascended the incredible Cerro Nario. And the Nario energy, the Nario people, beings, cosmic ones, predate the Kanyari. And the Kanyari have hard evidence 10,000 years back. This is before that. And a lot happened that day. And you've seen the videos, and we were walking on the trails. I mean, I've never seen more artifacts just literally strewn in a field anywhere in my life. And Sri and I have been blessed to be to a lot of very remote, beautiful sites. And it was extraordinary. The energy was off the charts. I kept pinching myself that I live here, that I got the blessing of actually living here. And it turned out to be a day about the warriors and a day about the warrior energy. And about being seen. So much so that even when Sri and I were at the museum with everyone, and I believe Bria's putting together this part of the video, we were approached by the local radio station and interviewed, and you know, it was a big thing. And suddenly, you know, there's all these things happening. And it was because of the radiation of the light and the presence that was coming forward. And so that happened on the 30th. And then on the 31st, Sri and I had to go up to the mountain. I woke up obsessed. It was like, Sri wanted breakfast. I was like, we got to go. He's like, I've got to eat first. And so we went up to the mountain, and this was when the cosmic Isis appeared. And I didn't really understand everything, but it was also when I was first reminded of or shown again the shield of Zodkiel. But I didn't do anything about it except keep it in my consciousness. And that night, after Shri and I, Mercury opened on the 30th. Remember, it's the 30th, second chakra creation energy, remind, free mind that ignited on the 30th. And then on the 31st, when I was up at the Temple of Light here at Tosa Blue Mountain, it was all about this incredible energy of illumination and the shield and Zodkiel and the medicines. And it was all about the 5 medicines, and that the medicine of consciousness is suffering right now, that the other medicines are getting their play. But the medicine of consciousness is suffering because it ignites from the blue jewel of the heart. And it's the glue. It's what holds together this beautiful cross of perfect balance, right? There it is, that beautiful cross of perfect balance. And so all of this was percolating last week. And on the 31st, that evening, and if you were with us Sunday, you saw the video, our mountain had an intentional fire set. And we were able to salvage it. And there was so much profound energy. And despite the severity of the fire, the gravity of the fire, the winds that were here, I never once felt anxiety because I was so clear that what we were doing was being shown that when the light starts shining this bright, those that are not of the integrity of their own light will not be able to be around you anymore. Things are going to come to a head. It's going to happen. And those that have been bullshitting the walk, forgive me, instead of really walking the walk, are going to be exposed if you are in your integrity. So I want you to breathe that in, because that's the magic button, is that Archangel Zodkiel came forward and in this ensoulment, and as a matter of fact, let's get Jess in here. Let's get in Jess Juntunen. We need Jess in here. Hey, Jess, come join us. All right, there she is. Hey, girl. All right. I just couldn't say any more without you being here.
Awesome. I'm so excited to be here. And thank you for having me. This is perfect timing, and everything you're sharing, I am just resonating with. Wow.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. And, I wanted to call you in because you're see, what's going on, right? And so jump in, just jump in. And hey, are we all not whooping up Jess's background? That's like a whoop, whoop, send to me, need that background.
Thank you. Thank you. The
You're
beautiful
welcome.
new moon energy. Yeah. I mean, today's off the charts, and woo. Yes, it's a ride. It's a ride. And it is. It's like we're having to use all of the things, all of our knowings, all of our tools to navigate it. And I am just finding those miracles and those things that are lining up are happening really fast, and things are coming into flow. And I crack up all the time because I think, this has been happening for 2 weeks. I'll be like, oh, okay, here's some space in my calendar where,
That's an illusion.
Something amazing comes,
the
right?
calendar, right? I mean,
Yes.
let's just get rid of that, okay?
Well, I try, but I do have to have it to manage the fact that I'm a human being walking around in this world and keep appointments and stuff like that.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah. And things just come into it right where I have these openings that needed to be there. And that's what's really cracking me up. It's pretty funny. But yeah, on the whole, boy, this past week I've had more people reaching out like, oh my gosh, something's happening to me. Oh my gosh, I need some support. Or, oh my gosh, I have a celebration. But it's like big stuff, right? And even in the I need some support, it's big, because they're so ready. And they just, we just need to reach out to that person that we know that we can connect with. And I was laughing. My phone was blowing up, and the stuff that was coming through and what people were sharing was really mind blowing. And the shifts very fast though. Somebody that decides it and says, I want to, I'm ready to let go of something. I'm ready to take on something. It's fast. And that's what's amazing with this energy it's no doubt. Maybe at one time I used to be like, yeah, healing can happen really fast. And I don't know if I really believed it back then, but now it's like the proof is there. It's like, yeah, it really happens super fast.
And it's the law of instantaneous
It
manifestation.
is.
This is what I'm loving. It's, I'm sorry, but I'm just like, I'm so excited about it. I'm like a little kid because today, all right, I mean, let's talk about this show. This was not the show. And one of the things that I have really been open to lately is no matter who it might irritate, I'm letting soul mirrors have its own life. Because right now it's about this illuminated new moon, right? And tomorrow is the day to try on your dream. Who are you really? Tomorrow, be that person. It's that open gate. It's the open gate day right there at the pyramid, right? It's so freaking amazing. And so tomorrow is that day. And as we are looking at everything that's coming in right now, let's look at just today, because I really felt that what happened this morning was the perfect demonstration of the law of instantaneous manifestation that can only happen when we, honest to God, get it. Meaning not when we're just saying, yeah, I get it. Oh, no, yeah, I get it. But way back in the distance, there's that, you don't really get it. I'm talking about the, oh my God, that smile I'm seeing on your face right now, that this is just too funny, because when you really get it, it gets really funny.
It does.
It's just funny. And then people get pissed off because you think it's so funny, but it is, it's funny.
That's
because
right.
you're not engaged in the density of it. You're engaged in the service of it. And when we can see the bigger picture, we're in that constant stream of illumination. So can we talk about today? Because I think today was magnificently a perfect example of that. What do you think?
Yeah, please, let's do it.
All right. Because there's nothing like talking about alchemical transformation than actually witnessing the alchemical transformation. So I'll start. I'll start because here's what happened. I had a reading scheduled today, and unbeknownst to me, the reading wasn't for the person I thought it was for. It was for somebody else, and it was for a very different reason. And I wouldn't normally have an issue with that, other than the energy, the way that came to me. I knew it was not the right time, and I wasn't even really sure it was, I should accept that reading. So I literally had just set a boundary. I kid you not, maybe 2 minutes before. And so I set that boundary. I sent the email to Sue and said, hey, I'm sorry, but I wasn't informed, and I just don't, you know me, Jess, if I don't feel in 100% integrity, I will cancel even the moment of the reading, because I know it won't serve either one of us. Right. Well, that happened. I literally, me, 24/7, I'm always drinking a beverage, right? So I was literally having a sip of my beverage. My iPad's open because I had just sent this email to Sue, when I get an email from Joni that had so much, the miracle formula, sincerity. It was reeking of sincerity.
Yeah.
Love. She was loving herself. I saw real love of self and presence. I saw that Joni, the one that we all know is there, the one that deserves to be running the most amazing woman-owned cannabis company in the country. She is incredible. What she does deserves worldwide attention. And then I was so happy for her, because I'm going to go backwards now. Yesterday, you and I were talking.
Yes.
And we were talking about a vision. And we were co-creating this vision. And the reason I'm sharing this with everyone is not only to trace our story back, because we're all demonstrating to you what happened, this law of instantaneous manifestation, how it came to today, but also the fact that this is that moment for all of us. We are in the void, but we're in the illuminated void of our own creation, that on this Thursday, in 2 more days, is smashing into your ascended heart. What is it going to meet? An open spinning cross of perfect balance, or a veiled energy that has no idea what it is, that's going to feel like you're being thrown into a deep, like somebody just threw a cannonball in your chest, is what a lot of people are going to feel like. Or you're going to feel like you've just up leveled a bajillion percent. Like I'm already feeling the magnitude, right?
Yes, it's incredible.
It is. And so we had our visioning call, which actually for me began on Sunday. So here we are on Tuesday. So it was the power of 3 again. I actually first shared this vision with Shri Saturday night after the culminating moment where the Kanyari were here. And on Saturday, and we played that film on Sunday's show. Yes. And oh my gosh, so we'll talk about after Joni gets on, we'll talk more about what's happening here. So that night I had the vision really strong, shared it with Shri. Sunday, I'm in the middle of doing the e-card and I'm forced to stop, write Za, share it with him. Monday, I share it with you. And then this morning, Za's response, I wind up being in real time with Joni. Everything's manifesting. And here we are tonight.
I know. It's incredible that this has all transpired in the matter of 72 hours.
Right. And that it's massive. And so before we say any more, we better get Joni in here, right?
We better bring her
in.
Yes.
Let's bring in the Wonder Woman of the hour. Hey, there she is, the president of Ottawa Industries, Higher Love Cannabis. There she is. Hey, Joni.
Hi. Thank you for having me here. I'm so excited.
Well, I love you are loved right there. I am I love it. Oh my God.
That's something that you said in the last couple of weeks in a show, and it just really stuck with me. And so I just grabbed a piece of paper and a marker and put it up there.
Well, I'm loving it because we're both wearing our Gowri Shankars too, which is all about love.
I don't go anywhere without this. Yeah.
Me too, right? Me too. Mm-hmm. So Joni, before we go any further and we talk about look at the 3, right? The Trinity energy. I'm just digging this. I really want to just first and foremost say, so glad you are on the show. And can I tell everybody where you're sitting right now? Are you okay. So guys, here's what you've got to know is that this woman is so amazing. You want to talk about the ultimate transformation? Joni is sitting. Tell them where you're sitting, Joni.
I'm sitting at a former Navy base in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan that is now a cannabis cultivation facility.
Are we not all loving this? Is this the ultimate, best, highest use of this energy? I mean, Joni, I am just in love with where you're sitting right now. I really am.
Yes, it's very industrial looking back here. This is actually the former guardhouse of the facility, and we've turned it into a makeshift office and sleeping quarters for me.
Well, how lovely. You are the mother at the gate, the guard at the gate. Yes. in every way.
I am.
And so, I want to first just continue with today. So let's talk about today, because I was very cryptic. I didn't give away what you were sharing, but you wrote in such a celebratory manner. Let's start there.
Yes. Well, I'm involved with this company. We have cultivation facility. We just opened our first store this weekend, and there's so much to do. There's so many other people involved in the company, and there's some segments that I've been confused about. I've been unsure of where my friendship lays in some of respects. And I listened to the Sunday show. I think that's where you brought out the ensoulment, wasn't it?
The first time, yeah.
And I got a hold of it and read it right away. The entrapment and freedom energy, that captivated me. I read that just a couple of times through. I asked those legions of angels that are here to help. I asked for guidance in understanding. I had a dream that night, and I woke up and I knew. And I knew that what I thought was my freedom was my entrapment, and my entrapment, what I thought was my entrapment, is the freedom. it was amazing. And then the funniest thing is I thought I have to tell Kira this, because you've been a part of, you know, me sort of coming to this conclusion. And so I said, I just felt really compelled. I had to send, I was driving to the new store that was opening, and I just have to sit here and just send Kira this email. I was very, very compelled to do that. So I send that off, and then I was texting. Jess texted me, I think. Is that right, Jess? You texted me something, and so we went back and forth, and then Jess calls me and says, you better check your email. Kira sent you an email. And oh, by the way, she wants us on soul mirrors. And talk about laugh. That I just so resonated with what you were just saying. Laughing. Yes, all I did was laugh. It was just too perfect.
I love it. I love it.
Could not have planned anything more perfect.
And we were all absolutely in real time together.
Yes.
Because that doesn't happen. And that only happened. And here's going full circle in that too, which was one of the points that I want us to also invite people to really hear. I set a boundary. Because I set a clear boundary, that whole thing dominoed, and we were able to in real time honor each other and make it happen. That is, and this is why it's so beautiful for all of us to be together tonight. And we're going to invite in some of our callers soon as well, is that when you in real time say yes to the law of instantaneous manifestation, no hesitancy, no doubt, putting it all together. And I'm looking at the greater vision, right? Which we're going to be putting together, which is this cannabis consciousness connection blog, which I am eons over the moon about, you know, something that we have been working, I've been working on this personally for over 6 months, and to see the way that this is birthing with this team of visionaries championing this to become the place to talk about all the power of the medicine when it is applied in the energy of the highest service and the highest consciousness. And this is where, Joni, where is your store? For those people that have the blessing, where is your store?
So our first store is called Higher Love, and
I love it.
and it's in Crystal Falls, Michigan, which is in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's near the Wisconsin border, about a half hour away.
All right. Well, I hope that all of you that have the ability to go really honor this incredible business, you get the chance to do that. And it really brings us into talking about this. As I was mentioning earlier, today is the 9th. And of course, we're going to culminate the show this evening with an ignition of this illuminated new moon energy from Jess, because tonight is all about saying yes to that divine feminine, the alchemical mastery that the three of us demonstrated between each other today, this beautiful trishul, right? The Shanti, the Bhakti, the Ananda, that is the alchemical ignition. That's when things just start clicking. And as you all know, in the email that I sent to all of you that had been this vision that we've been tracking, which is this Cannabis Consciousness Connection blog site, which stay tuned, guys, a lot happening on that. That experience, that energy blossomed also Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday, right? This Trinity is in front of us right now. So what we're in front of right now is today, tomorrow, the 11th, and then it repeats itself. It's like on the 11th, it's the top of the circle repeating itself again. And this is why tomorrow is the day. Try on 100% who you know you are. Even if you think you're faking it, I don't care, whatever. Try it on tomorrow. Be that tomorrow. How does that person spend the day? How does that person talk? How does that person command the resources around them as the master they are to be able to manifest in the highest for all? We are at a moment where it's all about our higher consciousness, is it not? It's all about our higher love. And of course, you guys know I love even more that was Sri and I's first show. We actually even used to play the Steve Winwood song. I kid you not, that was our theme song. I just love
Complete coincidence. I had no idea of that when we chose the name.
I love it though. I mean, I know it's a complete coincidence, but is it?
Is it?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You know? And so, hey, how about we pop over to the phone line? Should we let's hear from you guys. A lot of people on the phone lines tonight. We're going to go up to, let's go up to Maine. All right. Looks like we're going to Belfast, Maine. Hey there, Belfast, Maine. Welcome.
Hi, Kira. It's Beatrice. How are you?
Well, we are just fine, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm doing really well, and it's amazing. I'm still processing the whole first part of the show, and all three of you lovely ladies just look fabulous in your trinity on that screen. Let me tell you.
Thank you.
So today has been a crazy day. Hands down craziness, and wow. So
we can all agree with that.
Like, yeah, I was like, wow, I'm totally mirroring that. Well, first of all, the Belly Bomb. Last week, we launched the name and the brand, which is going to be Sacred Elements Alchemy. And then I see Sunday, you're all about the alchemy, and I'm like, no way, this is kidding, right? And I'm all excited about that. And then I'm teetering. I'm like, I really want to do your programs, and I sent Shree and you an email today, a good long one. And as soon as I was done with that email, it's like I was bombarded with these texts, and I could just feel it coming through. I didn't even pay it any mind because I was like, no, it's not going to lower my vibration today. I'm not letting it in. And I'll tell you what, that magical shield in that magical archangelic shield that you put in your artwork was my saving grace today. It's like I called forth and asked for that to surround me, and instantly it just shielded. I mean, just a big billowing sacred circle around me. And so divinely, I was graced to keep the energy high in the midst of everything. And yeah, you're just amazing. And I have to tell you just how divinely on point everything is. And thank you so much for that. And thank you, Jess, for your Tuesday Soul Fusion Cafe. That was on point, my lady.
Thank you.
Anyways, not to go on about that. I was in awe of processing. I'm still processing. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then today's show, I had no idea that it was cannabis based. And I'm like, this is just too kismet.
Well, thank you for being here, honey. And thank you for saying yes to you. This is what the three of us are doing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Namaste, Angel. Thank you for sharing. Many blessings. Namaste. Well, I really I want to come back and say, one of the things that's always so beautiful to witness is how when we come together in the law of bounty, which is the law of instantaneous manifestation, there is infinite room for the all. And when we hold that, when we let go of the lower frequencies of competition and jealousy and thinking that there's not enough and that someone's success takes from us, and instead and this is what we're modeling, right? And this is what I'm loving about the WWA, which we have to talk about, and I have to share what's happening. Joni, you're going to freak out. Let me show you. This is the gift of, and I do go back to Reverend Ike, right? Hey, Rev Ike, that's for me. So earlier I showed all of you, I want to go back to Saturday when we had all of our beautiful Kenyari family show up. And how we know that we are family now is 12 of them showed up when we thought 4 were. So I know we're family now. We had all the brothers, the mother, the kids. I was like, oh my God. It was like, Thanksgiving reunion. It was fabulous. And we were even up on the mountain when another family, here comes the guy with the little kid on the neck, and he's like, hey, that's my sister and my brother-in-law. I'm like, right on, welcome. I'm sitting on the prophecy stone. I mean, it was great. It was fabulous.
I love it.
But check this out. So they're a little wilted now, but I left them in because I wanted to share with all of you. So when we were I want to show you. So when we were at the Cerro Nario, one of the things that Alexander taught for the first time that I was unaware of is that the spondylus, and this is a real, look at this beautiful violet. That's all real. That's all natural. That is a violet spondylus. Look how big that is. I mean, look how big, bigger than my hand. That's stunning. Stunning. Look at that. And you know, for the Kenyari and for the Inca, this was money. This was, you know, if you were wearing, like I'd be wearing like a honking amount of gold here, you know, this is money. And if you saw in the film, we even found some. Remember, there was one, and I said, I think this was probably jewelry, and then there was one exactly like it in the museum. So this is the feminine. They use this in ceremony. This is and of course, right? Because look, it's the womb. It's the carrier of the sacred water, and they're very much about the sacred water. And so when we were up on top of the mountain, he had his, and little did he know that Shri and I were blessed to come across this here in Ecuador quite a few years ago. I mean, such an incredible, exquisite piece. I mean, just mind blowing.
Yes.
So this is the sacred feminine. And then he had his conch, because in the tradition of the Kanyari, just like all of the Hindu traditions, they open up by blowing a conch. And so this is one of our conches. This one, I don't know if you can see it. It's all carved. You see how beautiful this one is? And it's carved with the Om Mani Padme Hum. But what I wanted you to also see were all these beautiful spirals. I don't know if you can see. Look, this is all spirals. This is our sacred conch. Well, I had these two together because I knew we were going up, and I wanted to, and I was taught by Alexander in the Kanyari way how to use these. When his beautiful little girl arrived here, came running up to me with these beautiful fuchsias. Look, they were all fresh. And she had brought me these beautiful fuchsias from her farm because they are considered sacred medicine of the feminine.
Wow.
Right? And so I've had them sitting here waiting for this show. And I wanted to show them to you because Joni, I'm going to teach you how to use these. Because you're going to be up with them during the WWA. And guys, I need to share what's happened. And here's the other miracle. We have one bed left on site in Ganesha's, one bed left. And there's still plenty of space left at the offsite hotel, which does entitle you to everything that you're getting here in Ecuador. So get here if you can come. So Jess, I told Jess yesterday, she already knows. Did you tell Joni? Does she know? Does Joni already know?
I did not.
All right. So here's for all of you. When they were here on Saturday, and today when Shri and I were Cuenca, we got all of this written up, and it's beyond amazing. So, you know, up on top, the Bola de Rumi, the big alien skull that we all climb up and everything, that now his mom found a map carved in up there. She went up and she's like, oh, here's the map, you know, and so, you know, right in front of that is the roughly 2,500-year-old Kanyari homestead. Well, you know how it has a couple of the walls there? Okay. There's in there, you see all the stones that were the rest of the walls. This is the group that did the archaeological restoration at Chobshi, and they are going to restore the homestead. Now, wait, Joni, it gets better. That's where we're doing the sacred fire, inside the restored homestead, because that's where the big bonfire will be all weekend. And we are doing sacred medicine. Alexander said that the vision he got on Saturday was that there will be a sacred medicine ceremony. Everybody who's staying here, whether you're at the hotel or here, if you're here, you can participate in this. We will be doing the sacred Wachuma at midnight, building up to 4:22 a.m. Saturday morning at the time of the exact equinox. They are building a second Temescal right in the next level above. You know how you walk up and you stand right there and you can see the alien skull right there? There will be a second Temescal built right there. We are building formal restrooms up there. We are running cable up there. And on Saturday, his mother, I guess, is involved in some of this old archaeological verification. Our entire wall is a map. That whole big wall is a map, and she started teaching me, and I now understand how to read it. And they think the Naga stone is the beginning and that the wall is actually part of the serpent. And
Wow.
they're now thinking it's a huge serpent energy that was the whole top of the mountain. And right. And so here's the other thing that happened. You know, when you're walking up the trail, and guys, this will all be in the documentary, but you've got to get here if you possibly can. This is a really important moment for humanity. We are opening up the entrance to the mountain. You know, when you walk up where the spiral was hanging from the tree, and you see the huge, probably 2-story temple wall that's been covered for probably at least 1,000 years, it's time to open it.
Wow.
You're going to be opening it for this event. You will be here for the opening. Yeah. And last but not least, because it's like it keeps getting better, right? All of the musicians are coming, and they are going to be dancing and singing and playing all throughout the night. I mean, and then Saturday night, there's going to be a second medicine ceremony to anchor the medicine from the equinox. And so this is the WWA Global, my loves. This is Jess is here as the women. Joni is the carrier of the sacred medicine. I am here as the awakening representative. Let us come together in this trinity within our own lives and within our planet. Help us get the word out for WWA Global. We need help. Are you a social media expert? Do you know how to get the word out? Help more people know. It is $22 for the entire weekend to attend virtually. Get the word out. And we're even putting some of it up free at YouTube over at Oneness Talk Radio YouTube. If you don't subscribe there, get there. Jess, Joni, what am I forgetting about this? Because Joni's going to be up with Alexander and all of these amazing medicine keepers all weekend. Oh my God, Joni, can you even believe?
I'm so excited. I've told you before about how connected I felt with that mountain when Jess and I were there together in October. Was that 2019 already?
Yeah.
But that was even before all of this started coming out. But we were both so connected with that mountain. And I sat up there by the alien skull. I brought my agates and I brought my healing rods up there and just spent so much time. I saw the wall that you're talking about on the way down, and I just knew that it was all so profound. But of course, I didn't really know. I just felt so connected and had such a great feeling about it. So I'm just honored beyond words that I get to be there and be a part of it. It's so exciting.
Thank you. We are too. Jess, join in.
Yeah, I am like almost speechless just by the sheer volume of goodness that is just coming forward. And
it's crazy
it's like
what's happening. I mean, it's crazy what's happening. It really is.
And I have known this since we put these dates into motion. But when we did this, right, we had no idea what was going to happen. And more things are still going to happen we don't even have a clue about, I am sure. Right. And that's the one thing I've remained this whole time is just like, I trust this completely because I know it's right and I know what we're doing is powerful, but I know it's going way beyond what my mind could ever comprehend. Right. I mean, yeah.
Right. That's the gift. I think that's what the three of us are modeling and what I pray all of you are receiving tonight, along with our just raw enthusiasm that the three of us are dancing in the law of instantaneous manifestation, and that it's just mushrooming like this right now, is that in this moment, when we come together and trust, when we don't have to be drowning in the minutia of, do I trust it? Do I do this? Do I do that? When we're with people, this is the absolute lions playing in the middle of the field. When you're sitting at the table of masters, you don't have time for the minutia. It's irrelevant. You don't need the stories or the dramas or the back. It's like, okay, we're here to create. Let's have fun creating and let's dance in that energy. And that is what's happening in this illuminated new moon. And tomorrow, especially all of you, if you're grabbing this live or if you're grabbing us at iHeart on Wednesday when we premiere this Wednesday, February 10th, try on. Who are you really? What's the dream? Who are you really? What is your vision of you? And if you don't know, then this is a really good time to know, because come the 11th, We're crashing in with all of this energy that is the energy of our second chakra, our high heart, and a heaping high double dose of throat. And that's been sitting out in the infinite creation. And to be conscious of what we've been looking at makes it even more robust. And on Thursday, it's going, hello, here I am. Yeah, right? And what are we going to do with that? What are we going to do with that? Is it going to feel like a cannonball just hit you in the chest? Or is it going to be an ignition where you throw off the robe of any remnant of doubt and say, yes, let's do this? That's the moment. I'm digging it. How about you guys?
Oh, yes.
Right? Right? Well, how about, should we bring somebody else in?
Yeah, let's
All right. All right, let's do that. Let's run over. It looks like we're going to Concord, California. Hey, Concord, California, namaste and welcome.
Namaste. Namaste. It's Elizabeth Amara.
Hi, Amara. Namaste and welcome. Hey, honey.
Oh, I love you three sisters so much, and I can't wait to be at WWA. I've been hungering to be with the grandmothers. I am so overjoyed to hear about the ceremonies. That was the only way I wanted to partake. It's resonating so powerfully.
Well, Elizabeth, you're breaking up, honey. You're a little, maybe it's your volume. Maybe turn down your radio.
Okay, hold on. I think I got my internet.
You know, babe,
Is that better?
that is better. And we're going to run out of time. So chat, go.
Just sending you love. You're giving me great joy.
Oh, well, you are giving us great joy and we love you. Thank you for the blessing.
Thank you.
We love you, honey. Namaste. Well, you know, I just want to say, how does this show end so quickly? And so we literally have like just a couple minutes left. And so, Joni, I want to go to you. In the moment of the wellness, of really saying yes to ourselves, I think we all know that wellness begins by saying yes to you. And then it begins by saying yes to the higher experience of who you are and moving through that. And I know you've done so much of that. So if you were to offer any wisdom to anyone right now, what would you like to share?
You know what comes to mind first? Steadfast commitment, complete trust. Well, I didn't do it in the right order. Focused awareness and complete trust. That's how I got to where I am right now, to manifesting my dreams.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate sharing that. And Jess, I want to invite you. We have about 2 minutes. And so we're going to invite Jess to take us out this evening in the ignition of the next few nights. Make sure you get over to selfascensionstudios.com and register for the new moon illumination with Jess. That'll be happening on Thursday. Get ignited right now, and tomorrow live your dream. Jess, take us home.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And as we just connect in this beautiful sacred moment in this container and this Trinity ignition, that we're in these 3 Trinities and this mastery presence within. Let's just breathe into our heart center. Bring a hand to heart if it's safe to do so right now, and take a beautiful heart-centered conscious breath. And begin to feel and sense all of this light that's just pouring in. You are that chalice that has been receiving. Open even wider now. Receive. Bring your arms up. Tip your head back. Receive. And as you do, feeling that generator activation, ignition, it's in the heartbeat, in the high heart. That blue jewel that is just calling you deeply into the knowing and the truth, and the activation of the codes, the mastery, the wisdom, all that you need births from here. And as you feel this connection now, just allow yourself to breathe and relax even more into this, and see yourself Wednesday waking up, really greeting your day in your mastery presence as the one that you are. See yourself flowing through your day. and feel that gate that is just open before you. And feel how it is carrying you into the new moon on Thursday. And as you activate, just know and feel the truth of your being. Thank you for the blessing of being here now. Allow your hands, just, after this is done, maybe moving your hands, let yourself do some spontaneous mudras, whatever is coming forward. I'm feeling you all activating, hot, beautiful. So thank you for this blessing of sharing this moment.
And let's take in a deep Ave Sa breath, going in on the Ave and through the nose, out with the Sa. We love you dearly. Be there Saturday. Continue this journey. Anchor what's coming in right now. Namaste, my angels. Many blessings.
Thank you for joining us, and be sure to tune in every Tuesday at 5:00 p.m. for more adventures. You can learn more about Master Lady Kira Raa at shriandkira.com or visit their YouTube channel, Official Shri and Kira. May your heart in all ways know the Master you are.